Hi, I'm Mark, and welcome to What's Brewing. Today we're sitting down with Suzanne D'Ambrosio, a real estate agent with Latter Blum for part one of her interview. But before we get into it, let's roll that beautiful B-roll. Suzanne, thank you so much for joining us today.
You're welcome, Mark. Thank you for coming to my office.
So for people that might not be familiar with you, tell them who you are and what you do.
Well, my name is Suzanne D'Ambrosio. I am a realtor in Acadiana. I do residential real estate, and I have a teammate named Debbie Green who we co-list together.
Awesome. So I guess let's start all the way back from the beginning. How did you end up getting into this field? Like, where was your journey from, let's say, like school to now?
Oh, well, I grew up in Houston, Texas, and I have worked in retail. I have worked in offices. I worked at the last office I worked at was for 14 years for Neighbors Drilling in Houston. And I met my boyfriend, Chris. He is from Henderson. And so he was living in Houston. That's where we met. And he decided he wanted to come home. So we packed up and moved here to Broussard, where his job is at. And I thought, oh, Suzanne, you'll find a job, no problem. And it was a little more difficult because Houston's full of jobs and not so much here. And I said, what am I going to do? So funny story is I had a little dog and I took her in the shopping cart with me to Stein. I'm walking around the store and this salesman started talking to me, and he I don't know why, but he told me that he was in real estate and he was working there for insurance reasons. And what was funny was I said, I sold 2 houses on my own in Houston. He said, oh, okay, well, maybe you would like to do real estate. And I said, well, I never really thought about it. So he gave me 2 names. It was our trainer here and another agent. And so he said, why don't you just go talk to him? So I made an appointment and I came to the office and they interviewed me, and I was like, I think I'm going to do real estate. And they took me around and they showed me the office. It was a beautiful office. Then they introduced me to Mrs. Van Eaton and Mrs. Romero. And I'm like, those are real people? I was just so surprised. And everybody was so nice here. So I get my license in April of 2015. And I don't have my first sale until the end of the year. And I think I made $2,200 the end of the first year. So, but I stuck with it because I chose this as my career. And then every year it got a little bit better and better. And I've worked with some amazing people. They've been nothing but supportive and loving. And I remember being in a sales meeting and they would show the top 10 agents, and the man that had interviewed me, he looked over at me, he says, you're next. It's like I always believed that they believed in me. And all the years I've just been nothing but encouraged. And then they've let me have an opportunity. I started something called Agent Power Hour to help our agents. Every Friday we have a little get together. They've let me do that. And it's just been so wonderful. Then also being part of the real estate association. I've been a board of director. I've been on other boards. Then I joined the Broussard Chamber, and I've been just in so many things in the community. The community has been so loving and supportive of me. I felt like this was the best decision I ever made to move here to Louisiana, to Acadiana, because these people have been wonderful, absolutely wonderful. I just feel so thankful to live here.
It's amazing to hear the journey from Houston, your whole journey of the almost like what's that word I'm looking for? The almost like destiny of meeting a person at a store.
Yeah.
Said, oh, really? Yeah, you'd be totally good in that.
Yeah.
Leading into a career, to leading the conversations, to leading into being a part of the community, and everything like that. That's amazing. So within the community, what are some of the different organizations that you are a part of?
Well, I am in One Acadiana. I'm an ambassador with One Acadiana. So we go to ribbon cuttings, groundbreaking ceremonies. They have a monthly get together with the other ambassadors. So I've met a lot of people that way. The Broussard Chamber has been amazing. I've been a board member since 2017, just renewed to continue another couple of years. I love Broussard. I love our town. I love our mayor. I love just everything about our town. I'm so honored to live there. Right now, it's decorated for Christmas. It's just gorgeous. And every year it gets better and better. We have these great festivals and 4th of July events. It's just an awesome place to live. And I see it's growing, growing, growing. And whenever somebody talks about Broussard, I'm just so proud to say that that's my home.
I have to say, I as a person who works out of Broussard, I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. The community, the camaraderie, the leadership they have in place, the way that they put community first, is really, really good in that community. And I'd love to I want to talk more on it, but I have to say we kind of have to wrap up this interview. Would you be willing to do a part 2?
I would love to do a part 2.
Awesome. Well, Suzanne, thank you so much for joining us
Thank you
today.
so much.
Well, that's going to do it for us here. If you like what you saw, don't forget to hit that like button, crush that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell to keep up to date with videos as they come out. But until the next one, have a good one.